Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. Hey. Interesting. Okay. So let me first go check my design. Okay. So I've already worked on this. The next one is to work on this particular section, which will be recent activities. Yeah, so let me go do this. Yeah, so I think I already have a design down there. Yeah, I believe I already have a design down there. So let me collapse the app bar. And here is home page. I'm not doing it from the home page. Um, Features, then so on the box dashboard, closing the app bar, and then yeah, the contribution cards, then the action cards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so down here, uh, according to according to the UI, I need to do recent activities and then the payment stuff. All right. So just have to put some sizing in here. All right. Yeah. So let me put some sizing in between the items because need them to have an even space between them. The spacing between all elements have to be even. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So down here, I'm gonna have a new widget which will be um, let me just leave a single space between them. All right, so we're gonna have widget, and I'll do build recent activities, right? Yeah, I know it's gonna return a column, so let me just do that. Yeah, so in the column we don't have cross axis. Cross axis will be from the start. That is for the heading to be centered at the start. So we can just call our widgets here. So build recent activities. Oh, all right. Okay. So we're gonna call home pages. I already have a design down there that I can use. So this here, I'm just gonna use this. So I'm just gonna use this. Yeah. Yeah. So if we come in here, we have a column of the same thing that I was doing. Yeah, it has the heading. It's align all elements to the start so that this particular heading, box text widgets containing the label, which is recent activities, is going to be aligned to the start. And then have a to do, which says replace data from the backend. Yeah. So I also have this where I'm generating just three three children. So I'm also creating a it's odd in there. This is just to check if Isa has paid or hasn't paid. I'm just trying to uh, simulate a particular status, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So I'm building recent activity card, and in that recent activity card, we take a boolean that said it's payment activity. So I believe I've used this twice. Yeah, this is the card that I used for uh, different actions, right? So I was taking this particular boolean that I used, boolean arguments that I used to check if I should use it for this particular activity or this one, right? So that's what I'm doing. But for this screen, we're just gonna have it for this screen, we're just gonna have it for only the recent activity, right? So we don't need this in here. We don't need this in here. So I think all this here can be taken off. Alright. I'll change this later. I'll still use it. So let me just keep it there. Yeah. Okay. I think we can still use it. Yeah, I think we can still use it. So let me bring it back. Okay. So we are creating a card that has a color white, an elevation of 2, that is the shadow below the card. Then we have a padding, then that padding have an index of 16. All right. Then we also have a cycle avatar, I believe, which is gonna be seen down there. All right. Then we also have what? An expanded that has the kind of activity that is going on. If it is a user joining the box activity, or it's just a new member that was that contributed in the box. All right, so that's what is going on here. That's what is going on here. So let me rerun this and let's see how it looks like. Good morning. So let me rerun the whole app from the start and then we'll see how it looks like. Yeah, so we are rerunning. We are rerunning the hot restart. Hot restart and hot reload. What are the difference? That video is coming soon. So it's it's gonna take not up to 10 minutes. It's gonna be very short. There's an explanation about hot restarting and hot reload. Okay, so our app has reloaded. We have our home page, and then currently working on the manage groups, right? So we have a manage group, and then assuming if this is a group or a box, we just select this. Then we come here. Okay. So in here, we can all see our recent activities, right? Yeah, so you can all see the recent activities. That's what we've created. So now let's look at the UI and see what we have to change. Okay, the recent activity here on the UI is exactly what we have here. It's exactly what's supposed to be here, right? So we don't have much to do. Then I think we're done with this screen. That's very short. Yeah, so I think we're done with this particular screen. Yeah, I think we are done with this particular screen. So let's just say I've already done these things, so you don't have much to do. The next thing I'm gonna do now is for us to work around the members. All right, we are gonna work. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I think we are gonna work around the member of the group, right? The box members is what we are going to work on. After the box members, we'll work on the payout feature. And I think we already have the invite member, which is going to be this that we'll work on. All right. So now we're done with the box dashboard. Thing to do is to work on members because this, I think there's a little bit of stuff that has to be done on this because this screen is supposed to be make the hover. It's not there. So yeah, let me just move to working on the box members, right? Okay. So that's what we are gonna do. That's what we are gonna do to work on the box members. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what do we do from here? So what do we do from here? As for all this data, for all this data, we're going to replace them from the back end. So yeah, no long talk, no stress. We're going to pick it from the back end. So we have the issue that I want to check. All right. Yeah, so I think we go. Okay, so we are going to create a new screen. Yeah, we are going to create a new screen, which will be for the box members. So we are going to create a new screen for box members. That's what I'm going to do. So we have the box dashboard, and then on this box dashboard, we have all these options here, right? So I'm just going to put it in views. So I'm using the MVVM model, the model view model architecture, right? So I'm going to create views, and then the first view is the payout view. So we're going to have a payout view. Let me just create a stateful widgets, yeah, for now, and then keep a placeholder. Let's just have a placeholder. Just import this and then let's move on. So we have a payout view, we have the box members view, yeah, we have box members view. So a stateful widget, and it's gonna be the box members view. Oh, don't worry, just do an imports, and then that's it. Okay. We have the box members view, and then I think the invite member view. Invite, I think, do we have that? Okay, it's not available. Okay, invite box member, right? So we have the invite box member view. Okay, that too is going to be a stateful widget. So let me just put this here. All right, so I think we have our views. We have our views. I know I'm going to need one thing, which is the app bar. Later, I'll just create an app bar widget where you only have to call it and then change the heading or the title in the browser. But for now, let me just keep it. Yeah. So box members, we are going to return a scaffold. All right. And then for this scaffold, we're going to have this app bar. All right. Okay. So we have the leading, which is an icon button, the back icon. And then we have the title. So what do we have as the UI, as the title and the UI? Members, right? So I think we can call it box members, or let's just call it members before the UI will come hold my neck. Alright, so for this is not gonna come from the back end, so I have to make it a local string. Alright, so I have box labels, box labels dot members. Alright, I already have this here, which is this. So if we rerun this, there's something we have to do before we test the implementation, because if I click on these members, it's not going to take us to any screen, right? Yeah, so oh, to Brian. So yeah, from here, what I have to do is you go to the dashboard, and then I'll take the box action cards. And then in the box action cards, this is where we have the members. So I'm gonna have this navigator that will navigate to the box members screen, right? Yeah, the box members view. So now when we click on this, we should be able to navigate to the box members view. So let's go there and then implement that. So let me run and test our implementation here. Let's rerun and test our implementation. Okay. Yeah. So now let's see. Yeah. So as you can see, we are now on the box member screen. So now that we're on this screen, all we have to do is to just call the scaffold body, which is going to be um, okay. The body is pardon. I just want to separate the children from the edges of the screen. I just want to put some vertical and horizontal padding so that children in their body wouldn't be touching both sides of the screen, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna have a padding of a constant padding of all edges or all angles, which is gonna be 16.0, right? So I'm shifting everything that falls into the body of the screen to be 16.0. Are we okay? Then the child of this is going to be a single child scroll view. Because I want to be able to scroll when the list of elements extends beyond the phone's or the device's actual screen length, right? I want to be able to scroll, and that is what I'm using the single child scroll view for. All right. Okay. So for the children in here, it's gonna be of column because yeah, I want the children to be aligned in a column. So as you know, yeah. So I have all that, and then the next thing is to create this the search box, the list the total number of members, and then we list the members and then uh, their roles, right? So we list the member with the role. There's an admin. So there's an admin, there's a member, and so on. Then we list when the member joined the group. Okay, all right. So start from this, the search bar, right? Okay. So we first start from the search bar. We start from the search bar, which is going to be uh, so we're gonna have a widget for the search bar. All right. Sorry. Yeah. The reason why I'm building widgets or little widgets is because I don't want to write all my codes in one space. And when it's time for me to retouch something or work around any code, I will now find it difficult to kind of find a particular section where I want to work on, right? So that's why normally I create a small widget. So if I create this widget for search bar, when I want to change something in the search bar or I want to solve a bug that comes when searching for an item, I only have to look for this widget and navigate. And then navigate to its corresponding code snippets, right? So that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, I have a widget this way. All I have to do is go create that particular widget. All I have to do is to go create that particular widget. So I'm just gonna call this build search bar, and which will definitely return a search bar. Yeah. So let's rerun this and see what we got. And from there we can build. Okay. So we have our search bar. This is our search bar as we can see. And then you can see that our search bar is looking so different from what we have on the UI, which is this, which means we have a lot of work to do. All right, no problem. So now I'm going in here. We are going to retouch the whole search bar and do a lot right now. If you're watching this live stream on TikTok, you can drop a like so that other people will receive it. Will also see the live. And if you are watching on YouTube, also drop a like, drop a comment. Let's know where you're watching from, and also subscribe. Yeah. So, what's the first thing to look at? Let's check the available. So the first thing to do is to create a controller for the search bar because we need to receive the text that goes into the search bar. And in order to receive this text, we need a method or something called a controller. This controller is what picks up the text from whatever we enter and then make it available inside the app, right? So when we come in here, we just define a final text editing controller. Yeah, then we call it search, um, search. Yeah, let's just call it search text editing controller. All right. Then we just do this, and that's all. So in our search bar, we have to set the controllers so that we can save our text or whatever we enter there. So yeah. So now with this particular item here or this particular method called a controller, we can now access anything that is being entered in here in this search bar. All right, you get it. Yeah. So if we enter DF and all anything we enter in here, we can access it from here. Okay. So now let's do another thing. We have a leading, which is the icon that we saw, the search icon, this particular icon. Yeah, I'm not sure I have it in there. Let me check if I have it. If it comes in the Patino or material icons, else I'll just have to use the one available on the UI. Yeah, okay. So I'm going in here to do my leading icon. So the leading is going to be an icon on the icon. I'll just find the search. Let me first search through the material icons, right? Okay, I think we have it. I think we have it. We just have to set the size and the color to what we have here. And also the size is 15 and then the color is okay, I know that color. I have a custom color that will fit it. Alright. So the size is so so see color will be this. Alright. So let me run this and see. It's rerunning. Stay in time to rerun. Okay, once it's rerunning, which other thing do we have? We have the hint text. So yeah, we have the hint text to do. That also work it out. Yeah, so we have the hint text to do. Yeah. So as you can see, we have our little icon, but I have to take this out because seems like the icon is too small. Let me rerun it and hopefully it becomes bigger. Hey, Conqueror, it is a long time no see. Who told you God does not lift? Who told you God? Are you so loud? Okay. Okay, so we are gonna set a hint text. We are gonna set a hint text. Yeah, so let's create a hint text. I'm gonna take the icon off because it doesn't fit. Let's just use the natural size, the default size that comes with Flutter. Yeah, so we're gonna write a hint text. Hint text is a string, so you can call the box labels. And then what does it say? It says search a name or is that search by name, right? Okay. So it's gonna be search by name. So on this screen, let me just snap that related, related. Okay, so let me create a create a new category. So we're gonna search bar related strings, right? So there's gonna be a static string, uh, static final string, and then we'll call it set by name. Let's say, let me just put it here. All right. So we have our hint text. Let's rerun and see. Yeah, so our hint text is active. What's new for us to do is to change the color of the hint text. So the hint text is regular, the color is still gray, right? Okay. We are gonna use the registered property. Wait, I'll call the text. We first call color, still gray. Then we are gonna call the font size, which in the UI says 12. I don't know why it's 12, so let me just keep the regular one, just the font weight. That's gonna be 400 according to the UI. Yeah, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. Alright, so the next thing here is to let's look at the UI. Okay, the next thing here is to change the background of the search bar, which will now be white, and also take care of the let me see the elevation too. So the elevation, I talk about the elevation. The elevation is just the little shadow, this shadow here, all right? That's the elevation. So it looks like two. And then what else? Yeah, I think that's all. So let's collapse this and then look for the elevation. All right. So the elevation, it's let's call the register property hold and give it two. Let's see how it's gonna be. It's just gonna be small. Don't worry. Why do I feel like I want to use the default elevation? We have to change everything from the default one. I don't know, but yeah, that's what the UI says. So we go by it. Okay, yeah, I think it's cool. The elevation is cool. And then the next thing is to change the background color. Yeah, so we're gonna change the background color. I'm not sure if you would have to change the shape. You would have to change the shape as well. Let me see. The radius is 10. Okay, cool. Right. So let me first change the background color. can wait for you to let just do colors. Yeah, let's see what we got. Uh, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, that's looking at it. Alright. So we have a search almost dealt with. So we have our background color. The next thing to do is to change the shape, right? So we just do shape. We call the widget set property, and then we think let's just call the rounded rectangle border. Then we just set the border radius to circular, and then that circular will be right. Yeah, so that circular becomes 10. Let's see what we got. The reload is taking a little time, but okay. Yeah, so this is what we have now. Let me see, let me search my name. Okay, cool, cool. We're almost done with our search bar. That's great. We're almost done with our search bar. What's the next thing on the screen? Let's see. Before that's too big. I think that's too big. From this to this, it's 21. That's too kind of big, yeah. Yeah. So we have the search bar. On the search bar, and the next thing is okay. So I think we are done with the search bar. We have our controller set, the icon set, the labels, the hint text, and everything is set. And the next thing is, I think we have to also set the max line. Right? Let me try write text to see if it'll fall into the next line. Let me search something and see if it's going to fall into the next line. If it goes into the next line, then that means I have to set a max line. If it doesn't, then we're good. So let me continue. All right, so we're good. Yeah, so our search is working. Now the next thing we do, looking at the UI, is to build the members. We are going to build this, right? We are going to build this particular card. So after building this card, we just add this and then that's all. Right? Okay. So we're gonna do another widget. Let's put a vertical spacing between the children so we don't have a constant sized box. Alright. If you're watching live, let me know where you're watching from and also hit the like button. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have this and then build members, box members card. Alright. Alright. So let's build our widgets. Let's build widgets going on. What's going on here? So return a column. Um, it's gonna have a children, all right? And in the first child is going to be the total box members count, all right? So first child is going to be this total members, which is regular 11. Okay, it's a regular. Uh, so let me go back there and then build the box members. Yeah. So let me first call my box text label. All right. Let's call the box text and then the regular. Oh, just make the text and then call box labels dot uh, total members, right? Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have a started final string all total members. Why? Oh, trouble. Yeah. So this is gonna be like this. We're gonna put it here in here because the members that are gonna be attached to. So yeah, like this, and then let's assume the members are 7. Yeah. So I just have to put a 2 replace with total box members backend. So let me rerun this. See what we got. Rerunning. It's rerunning. So wait. My PC is just telling me patience, patience, patience. That's all I can hear my PC say. Okay, so for this, let's see if I can use this widget. I'm going to use align. Then I'll put the alignment as a top right. Then the child is gonna be this. So let's do this and see if it's gonna work. I'm trying it out. I've been using different options, but I just want to try this out and see if it'll work. Yeah. We're running. The rerun is taking a little bit of time, but yeah, we got to it. If you're watching on TikTok, don't forget to like. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, you can follow up on my other videos. Yeah, I have other videos in there. So yeah, the alignment is has worked pretty well. Normally, I would have used row, but I'll do the row and then align elements to the end. But I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. So we just have to change the text color. Hmm, it should be Susu gray, right? All right. Yes. Now we have our total members set. Okay. All right.